Thanks for tuning in to The Solution Is You. How are you doing today? I do appreciate you for taking time out to listen to my message. My goal is to provide value and inspiration to as many people as possible. And if you find value within my videos, don't hesitate to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you choose. And with that, let's go ahead and get into today's message. So today's topic is about so-called friends. Now, we all should have at least one good friend close to us. Now, right now, I want you to envision your close friend. Now, the three traits of a good friend that I consider is number one, they have to be honest. So this is a person who has to tell the truth rather than lying to maintain short-term happiness. Number two, this person must be respectful. This includes keeping secrets to themselves and not backstabbing. And finally, number three, this person would have to be a good listener to show understanding and empathize when appropriate. I can tell you right now, I keep my circle of friends to a minimum. How about you? Good friends are hard to come by, and I have three types of so-called friends that I think we all can relate to. Let me touch on them right now. Now, the first type of so-called friends is the user. This is a person who always needs to borrow money. So this is probably your homeboy or your homegirl. They just got paid on Friday, and on Monday, they're calling you asking for $50. This is the person that always needs money, and the only person that they can think of to call first is you. This is probably a person who borrowed from you just last week, and they seem to always call you around check time because they know you will come through. Also, this may be the person who is always calling you from jail needing to be bonded out. This is the person that every time you look around, they're always in some type of trouble, and the first person they call is you. Whenever you attempt to call them for anything, you can't get them on the phone. However, when they get in trouble or get into some type of issue, get arrested, you're the first person who they call to come pick them up at the jail. This could also be a person who always needs a ride at the most inconvenient time. So if you're a guy, you're at the house and the game is about to kick off in about 5 minutes. So you have your ribs ready, you have your beverages available, and you're about to sit down for kickoff. And then all of a sudden, your homeboy gives you a call and requests that you take him to work. Now, if you're a woman, you just showed up at the pedicure place to get your fingernails and your toes done. So your feet are being soaked because you are about to go out that night with your family to a big party, and suddenly you get a phone call from your homegirl asking that you take her daughter to the hospital because she's running a fever. And for the past week, your homegirl has been staying with her boyfriend, and each time you tried to reach her just to check on her, she would never answer the phone. But now she is calling you to get a favor. I think each one of us at one time or another has had a friend who has used us. Now, the second type of so-called friends is the needy friend. So this is your close friend who is always lonely. So lonely that she seems to blow up your phone every other hour. So she's calling you, you're at work, you receiving all types of calls and text messages. all types of voicemails, and maybe she's going through some type of relationship trouble, and she's in an on and off again type of relationship, and she's keeping you up to date on the status of the relationship. So every time something goes wrong, she's calling you crying, asking what she should do to resolve the situation. And no matter what advice that you give her, she always does the opposite of what you tell her. And for the fellas, this is your close friend who can't keep a job. So he's always calling you, trying to find out who's hiring and trying to get you to help him work on his resume. He also could be having relationship trouble. Every time you look around, his girl is cheating on him. And no matter what he does or how many hours he puts in of hard work, she seems to always leave him and spend the night over other guys' houses and things like that. So he's always calling you, trying to ask what he should do and how he should handle the situation. So you are a pool player. So you're in the middle of a big pool tournament. It's you and maybe 10 other guys. So you got up next. And in between, you get a phone call. You answer the phone, and it's your buddy crying and sobbing, talking about his girl just came over and decided to move out permanently. So he's requesting that you leave the tournament and come over just to make sure that he doesn't do anything crazy. You never know what these so-called friends will do next. Now, the third and final type of so-called friends is the messy friend. Now, this is the one who enjoys spilling the tea about everything that's going on in everybody's relationship. This person talks about every relationship other than his or her own. This is the person who really can't be trusted, but because you've been knowing them for a long time, you feel like you have no choice but to rely on this person. Sometimes this person can be wishy-washy. So at times, even though you know you can't rely on this person seems to have your back at other times. So you really don't know what to expect out of this person. So it's a toss up and you just hope for the best when you give this person some info. This also could be the person who is an instigator. So if you happen to get into some type of a disagreement with someone, this is the person who's basically hyping it up. So let's say y'all happen to be shopping at the mall and you're in line to purchase some expensive jewelry. And out of nowhere, some guy bogards and cuts in front of you in line. So your messy friend is the one who's gonna say, you just gonna let him get in front of you like that and not say nothing? This is the person who really doesn't mind getting anything started. So if you are a woman, you and your man are living together, and you have your homegirl who has been staying with you for a couple of months now because her man has been jumping on her. So she's been staying with you for a couple of months, and you have a routine. You go to work every morning, and your man is in the kitchen cooking breakfast. And so your homegirl, she comes into the kitchen with just a towel on, asking your man to come check on an issue with the shower. Now, because this is your friend and you kind of know her situation and her get down, but you never thought that she would try something with your man because you were doing everything in your power to help her out. So your man goes into the bathroom to check on the shower issue, and your friend closes the door and comes up behind him and asks, so it's just us two now, so what are you gonna do? I tell you, you never ever know what to expect from your so-called friends. I hope you enjoyed today's message, and I thank you for listening to me today. Please understand that the solution is you. With that, Have a great day.